and this is the important one, is about the distributional impact. What these figures also show is that inflation continues to hit the poorest households hardest. They've seen inflation up by perhaps 3% more than the richest households over the last couple of years. So people at the bottom end are getting squeezed. And you also saw that in the pay figures yesterday, where people at the upper end of the income distribution, working in finance and so on, are getting higher pay rises than people at the bottom end of the earnings distribution. So what's happening is we're redistributing money from the relatively poor people to the rich. And that's not something the Bank of England can address through interest rate raises. The government has to do something about that by providing more support to people at the bottom.
I mean, Rishi Sunak wouldn't want to be seen as a reverse Robin Hood, would he? I mean, do you think that the government policies are what has led to this fall? But when you look at the broader picture, you know, how are they doing the right thing?
No, I mean, I think, as I said, yes, these clearly, of course, it's the result of government policies. It's the result of successive cuts to the benefit system, not just under Rishi Sunak, but over the last 10 years or so. And we can see that in rising rates of poverty and deprivation, homelessness, and so on, and in particular around housing costs, where the very large cuts in housing benefit combined with the failure, of course, to build enough houses are one of the factors beyond both homelessness and the increased burden on people trying to find somewhere to live, particularly in the private rented sector. So we have this slightly odd position where the government is trying to claim credit for the overall fall in inflation, which of course has very little to do with the government and is everything to do with global forces in the Bank of England, just as the rise was. But it's not doing anything about the things it actually can control, which is who feels the impact of rising prices and wages.